Rolex watches are not all equally desirable. In fact, for all the watches that the brand currently makes, there's a widespread of value retention, which we define as the premium or discount relative to its retail price that the watch trades for on the secondary market. In this video, we look at the watches that have the highest premiums and highest discounts on the secondary market. All the data in this video comes from WatchCharts.com, the world's most powerful watch market research platform. Visit our website to understand high-level watch market trends, get up-to-date pricing on over 26,000 watches, and track the value of your collection. Also, if you're interested in buying and selling among fellow collectors, then we invite you to visit the WatchCharts marketplace at marketplace.watchcharts.com. We'll start by looking at the biggest gainers and in fact the watch that has the highest premium on the secondary market over its retail value, and this is the Oyster Perpetual 41mm celebration dial, reference 124300, and then the hyphenated suffix is just for this particular dial variant, the one that has the colorful looking bubbles. This watch retails for $6,400 and currently trades at over $16,000, which gives it a value retention of plus 152.1%. So that means double the retail price and then add another 50% on top of that. And that's what the market price for this watch is. And as you can see from the price history chart, since it first came out on the secondary market in sufficient volumes for us to compute and publish a market price for it, it has traded at roughly that level and hasn't really seen any sort of decline in that premium over that time period. The second watch on this list actually has seen somewhat of a different trend. The Yachtmaster 42 reference 226627 in titanium started out last fall on the secondary market at over $45,000, but today trades for $33,800-ish and has had a retail price of $14,050 for that time period. And you can see this means that its value retention is plus 140.3%. But unlike the celebration dial, this one has seen a decline in its value over that time period. And this probably has to do with available supply and then also how much demand there is in the market. So if we compare it to the celebration dial OP41, what this probably means is that either the interest in this watch has somewhat declined over time, but also just that secondary market availability has improved, whereas for the celebration dial, it may not have. The third watch on the list of highest premiums or biggest gainers is the Oyster Perpetual 36 with the celebration dial. This is the reference 126000. The value retention for this is 127% above its retail price of $6,100. And since it's been available on the secondary market since late last summer, the market price for this has been around $13,800, $13,900. And that value retention has also stayed more or less sort of steady during that time period. If we were to look at a list of honorable mentions for watches that also trade well above retail, then the first one is the OP36 with the Tiffany blue dial. This is, again, the reference 126000 that retails for $6,100 like the celebration dial version, but trades on the market for $13,500. That gives it the fourth highest value retention of all current production Rolex references. The next one down on the list is the Daytona reference 126500 with the white dial. This is the fifth highest watch on this list and trades 117% above retail. The GMT Master 2 in steel with the black and gray bezel trades 97% above retail and is the sixth highest watch on that list. And then the seventh highest is the Daytona, but in steel, but with the black dial. And this one trades at a 91.8% premium. One watch that you maybe would expect to see on this list is the OP41 Tiffany blue, but The reason that we don't include it in this list is because it's actually discontinued, which means it's not available for purchase at its retail price anymore. Let's move on to now looking at some of the biggest losers. So these are watches that trade at a hefty discount from what you could buy them at retail. So then the question becomes, if you're looking to buy one of these, do you go buy one from an authorized dealer and pay retail? Or if price is the only factor determining your purchase decision, do you just go on the secondary market because it means you can get that watch for a lower price? And the first one we'll look at is the Yachtmaster 37, reference 268655, that trades at a discount from its retail price of $25,800 at around $20,400 on the secondary market. And what's interesting to see for this reference, as quite the contrast to the other three that we've seen so far, is that it started out in 2020 at a considerable discount. And then as the market hype peaked in early 2022, it actually rose for a brief period to trade above its retail price. And then once the market correction started, its price has been on a steady decline ever since, to currently be at around $21,400. So this is just to provide some additional context that just because a watch is above retail or even below retail doesn't mean that it's always going to stay there. Market conditions and available supply and demand can impact that ratio of value retention over time. The next one is the Explorer 36, the reference 124273 in two-tone. And this one has an even worse value retention than that Yachtmaster that we just looked at. Its retail price today is $12,050. Its retail price at launch back in 2021 was slightly lower. And so again, as long as the market was climbing, the value for this watch was above its retail price as a combination of market conditions and the fact that it was new and it was hyped. But then ever since then, its price has been falling and is now at $9,900, which gives it a negative value retention. Finally, the Submariner reference 126619LB, which is the Submariner date 41 millimeter, but in white gold with a blue ceramic bezel. When it first became available on the market, again, similar to the two-tone Explorer, was available at a premium, and then in early 2022 actually saw its prices rise even further. But then once the market started to decline, it's been on a steady decline, and today can be had for $32,900 in terms of market price on the secondary market. It's lost over a fifth of its value. So if you're looking at buying one of these, it really is quite a hefty chunk of change that you will be either immediately sort of in terms of market value writing off if you were to buy this at retail, or saving if you decided to buy this watch on the secondary market instead of buying it on the primary market from an authorized dealer. So obviously this is just the watches that have the highest premium or the biggest discounts relative to retail. There's a full list of these watches that are sort of sorted by value retention that you can access on our website. The list is, however, only available on a professional membership, which includes a free 7-day trial. So if you want to see the full list, definitely go check out the website and sign up for one of those professional memberships. As always, thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below.